What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here for another one, and we're going to do something to my beautiful Mustang that I said that I would never ever do. All right, so first things first, shout out to Stang Mode, friend of mine. Finally, after all this time, he has run 10s NA, and we basically have the same power, almost mod for mod the same. He has a little bit more suspension, which makes his car a little bit less daily drivable, and that's something that I've been kind of trying to stay away from. I basically have some light BMR suspension mods to the independent rear and the back, and so far I've been able to do pretty well. You know, I'm cutting 1.760 foots at the drag strip, but you know, there's always room for improvement. And the last time we went, we did an 11.6 twice, and then I ran out of time. We had to leave the track. But tomorrow we are going back, and again, we're going to chase 10s NA. And I think it's definitely possible, especially with the power. We're making 496 horsepower, so me and Stang Mode both have about the same amount of horsepower. Engine mod for mod is pretty much the same, and we do have both 1/7/8 catless headers into an X pipe. Both of us have the active exhaust. Both of us have JLT intake. We do have different suspension, but we are also both tuned by Rob Shoemaker personally over there at Palm Beach Dyno. But I do think that there are some things that we can do to my car before we take it any further with modification, be it, you know, different tires, suspension, whatever. Aside from seat time, which we are chasing, we are definitely getting more seat time every single time. Every single time that we go back to the track, we get better and better. But without actually ordering any other parts of this car, yes, we are still on our NT05R radial in the back. It's a 305/35/19 on the American Muscle, basically replica wheel. It looks good. I love it. And it's meaty. I like it. But these are actually going to get sold soon. Well, actually, all of it is. I'm going to sell all of this OEM stuff and those guys for an unbelievable price, probably. But we have plenty of power mods. We have enough suspension for a 1.760 foot, and then, you know, basically seat time is going to get better and better and better. Every time we go back, we get faster and faster. How can we go faster for tomorrow? What can we do to prep this thing just a little bit more? Well, first we're going to do a little bit of maintenance inside here. We're going to drain some oil out of the catch can because I bet there is some. And then we're going to go into the inside. This is going to be a free modification. Again, something I said I would never do, but hopefully it will make us a little bit faster, just a little bit. That's all we need, just a little bit. Some of you guys are asking about the 18 specific and up hood struts real quick. And this is the bracket. Again, if you missed the last video, you can go check it out. But the brackets are, I think, beefier than the 15 to 17 cars, and that's just basically the weight of the hood. But yeah, there's no sagging or anything, at least not right yet. I mean, they've been on the car for like, you know, 48 hours. But all right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna check this guy here. These are worth every single penny, I promise. I think I drained it last about 1,000 miles ago, and I bet there's probably something in there, but I don't know. And then we're going to take off this strut tower brace because we don't need that for the track. So basically what we're doing is getting rid of weight, just free weight, stuff that you can do to get, you know, take off the car, inside and out, just to maybe save a little bit of weight, because ounces equal pounds, and pounds hurt your ET times if you have too much of it. So we're just going to try it. We're going to take some of this stuff off of the car and just see. And we're going to go to the track tomorrow. We're just going to attempt to do better. And maybe some of this will be because of the weight savings, but we'll find out. All right, let's see what we got. If there's anything. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right, that's what we got. That's after about 1,000. This thing is hot. I got to put it down. So about 1,000 miles, and that's what we got. So I'm not going to really dump it. I'm just going to leave it. But there we go. These things do work. And this is still an NA car. And if you're running forced induction, or you have a turbo car, or like an ego boost or anything like that, I definitely recommend the passenger side. You can do the driver's side too if you want to, but passenger side is, I think, mandatory. I think that they do work, obviously. Subscribers of mine. But all right, next thing we're gonna do is take all this stuff off. These are 15mm bolts, and there are 2 on each side. Very easy to take this thing off, and then at the end of the day, you know, we'll replace it. But I imagine, you know, maybe that's, I don't know how much this thing weighs. So let's find out. All right, that's done. This is a performance package car, so your car may or may not come with one of these, but I put the bolts back on both sides. But as far as how much this thing weighs, I don't know if I have a scale that actually goes down this light, but if I had to guess, it's probably about maybe 8 to 10 pounds, something like that. So just a little bit, but again, unnecessary weight that we don't really need for the track. You know, for handling purposes, you know, something like this is great to have. But as far as going in a straight line, we're just going to get rid of all the little bit of small stuff that we don't need. Now, something else that was recommended to me is you can drain this guy right here. So that could be another like maybe 8 to 10 pounds of fluid that you have inside of there. I think mine is actually really low, so I'm not going to mess with it. Yeah, I think it's pretty low. I've been using it a lot, but all right, so now what we're going to do is move on to the interior and do some more free modifications there. Again, all this is temporary, easily reversible, but all right, so moving on, when we actually go to the track tomorrow, what I'm going to toy around with is maybe bump the PSI in these OEM fronts up just a little bit, and we are going to try to avoid going through the water with the fronts. The rears I'm not too worried about because, I mean, it's a radial, so you don't really have too much to worry about there, but we're going to toy around with pressure back here too. Now these knockoff wheels, they weigh maybe like 22 pounds or something like that each. So they're actually a little bit similar to like the weight of maybe, you know, a cheaper drag pack rear. Now, what we don't have is a sidewall. You know, what we want is like a 17-inch wheel with a bigger tire or something like that. You guys are all familiar with it, but what we're going to do is move inside, and we are going to take out my passenger seat and the rears as well, and just see how much these things weigh and show you guys that it's pretty easy to take these things in and out. And of course, you know, if it's still cold where you live, you can pick up one of these in the description and links below. It's nice little sweatshirts with the logo on it. But all right, enough of that. All right, what you're going to need to do this is, you know, maybe something with a little bit of power. And I have a T50 Torx bit on the end of this and a flathead screwdriver. And this is going to be really simple, so we're just going to slide our seat back as far as it will go. Come on. All right, so what we're going to do is find these little plates right here, go into the side, try not to scratch them up. See if I go with the center. One's already scratched up. I actually had these seat tracks fixed, or I'm sorry, not fixed. They were completely reordered under warranty because they were clicking really bad when I bought the car. But oh my God, what the fuck? Okay, I have not seen these yet, but look at that crap. Look at the rounded edges. I was just talking about that I had these replaced under warranty, and then this is what, man. Oh, damn. Let's see if this thing will even fit now. Get off. Well, that's a little loose. That sucks. All right, when you take your stuff into your Ford dealership, yeah, make sure that they aren't doing that. That really sucks. I'm gonna have to talk to them about that. That's I know it's just a bolt, but I mean, if it's stripped in there, or if I can't get it out or get it back in, that's a problem. All right. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Hopefully the others won't be this bad, but I'm gonna get right up on top of it. Okay. Well, it came out and it has some metal shavings on it. That I'll definitely have to replace these. That's not good. Yeah, they're definitely like rounded. I don't know if it'll focus on that, but that sucks. All right, so the other side is going to be the same way. Now I'm just curious, how bad did Ford screw this up under warranty? They did fix the issue. It was clicking back and forth. I had like a loose seat track or something like that. This one looks pretty good, but still, that sucks. Yeah, I can't get straight on with that one, so I'm gonna have to get a regular wrench. Okay, if you have an extension, it should work. Just make sure you're pretty much even. Come on. Nope. A lot of people don't know is when you put like an extension on something like this, it actually robs some of the torque. So I'm gonna have to just do it by hand. Oh wow, that thing is on there. Oh, I will not be defeated. All right. Number 2, done. All right, the back is the same way. It's going to be the same way on both sides. Then once you want to do that, just gently pull your seat out. It's going to have a little bit of weight, so just be careful and don't drop it. But you'll probably have some stuff underneath of it to unplug as well, so just be mindful of that. Oh, it's actually kind of heavy. Well, there we go. It's out of the car. It actually has a little bit of weight to it, a little bit more than I thought. So that definitely feels like it's probably about, I don't know, maybe 40 pounds, something like that at least. Maybe I can go get a scale. I don't know how accurate it'll be, but we can give it a shot and find out. But here we go. We have no seat. Now it looks like a mess. Look at all this stuff that just collects into your seats. Oh, it feels so bad. But, all right. Before we measure everything, we're going to do the back now, and it should be pretty simple. All right, the back should, yep, it should just lift out like this, and then it just comes to. That doesn't weigh anything. All right. Weight, we're actually going to be able to save doing this. But, you know, maybe even if it's like 70 pounds or something like that, there's your seats. It's all garbage. Look how stuff just collects. That's what happens when you daily drive your car. But there's access to your fuel tank right there underneath here. It's pretty easy. Yeah, everything is just nuts and bolts, guys. It's very simple. So, all right, let's move on to the rest of it. To get this guy out of here. And it should be really easy. Okay, all you're going to need for the rear is a 15 mil. So you got a bolt there. I know it's hard to see. You got another one there. We're going to lay down the seats and give us a little bit easier access to get that one. And then your last one is over here. There. So now we can get that center one a little bit easier. 1, 2, and number 3. All right, now and lock them back in place. You pull them and you see that they're just going to slide out of their spots. So gently, carefully take them out because they are connected again in the center there. But that's it. What I'm going to do is you can take this whole thing out, but if you have all that stuff that's stored in this foam pad, you can take that out too. It will save a little bit of weight. But before we actually take anything else out, we're actually going to remove the sub. So for this guy, you have a T40 Torx bit. Slides in right there. Sorry about the wind. And then this bolt and that bolt are 13 mil. Oh, it's a long bolt. Oh man, come on. There we go. Have your clips in the back. There's a green one. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Okay, that's it. And that's the hole that we're left with. So let's see how much this thing weighs. Oh, that weighs like 4 pounds. Well, yeah, I said I would never do this. I would never strip my interior because, you know, I have a premium. Got everything out of the trunk there. And we have no seats. And it's really weird sitting here with just one seat. It feels very race car. But yeah, I said I would never do it because, you know, I bought a premium model. I wanted all of the goodies. And I still can have them, which is awesome. You know, it's easy enough to take out the seats. I mean, it literally took, if I wasn't filming, it would take me like 10 minutes. And you can pretty much strip down your interior. And it's pretty cool. So, you know, there's probably not a big weight savings. I'm going to see if the scale will work, but I think maybe 100 pounds out of the car. I don't know. But, you know, 100 pounds is, what, a tenth? You know, so that counts for something. Okay, so we have a bathroom scale. And it's probably off. I think it is off. Let's test this. I mean, I'm 5'11". I got shoes and pants and clothes on. Let's see how much this thing says. Oh my God. Is it 80? This 190. I'm a fat ass. 196? Really? I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm almost 200 pounds. I'm 5'11". I mean, I have a little belly, but I mean, I'm also almost 34 years old. But okay, let's measure some of this stuff. See if it actually weighs anything. tally up the numbers, see what we are able to save out of the car. And I'm sure that we could take it a little bit further, but this is about as much as I'm going to go right now, and just see what we do. You know, we did 11.6 at about 120 with a 1.7 60-foot last time. And yeah, tomorrow is the big day. I'm excited, and I think that we hopefully will do something a lot lower, but we'll see. Okay, neatly stacked everything back up exactly as you saw it before. I just can't get anything to line up on this stupid scale right. But back seats are not very heavy. They do split in half, as you can see. I've got them folded over. And I don't know, maybe, honestly, you know, 8 pounds, something like that. This, nothing, maybe a pound. This guy, maybe 5 pounds, maybe. This guy here, which is your back seat you sit on, and that one's probably about 15, maybe. And then that seat there is, I'm going to take a wild guess. I think it's around 40. I'm sure you can jump online in the forums and people have exact, you know, what everything weighs. But, oh, and then this guy here, I think is about 8 to 10, something like that. So if I did the math, say 40, so 55, 60, maybe 70, 80, you know, maybe somewhere in that ballpark, 80 to 100 pounds is what I think everything weighs, which is pretty much 1/10 of a second and a quarter. So we shall find out tomorrow. She's gutted. We got nothing in there. Filled with nothing, just hopes and dreams. Oh, make sure if you got, like, you know, firearms, other heavy stuff, you know, pull that out. Check in here too. So, you know, 5 pounds adds up. If you got a 5 pound here, 5 pound here, that's another 10 pounds. So again, you know, the pounds add up. So that's going to wrap up this video. Hope that hopefully you guys found it a little bit informative. If you're planning on doing anything like this, it's very easy. You can do this whole job in like 10 to 15 minutes. Just strip your interior out. But the cool thing is we don't have to cut nothing. It bolts back together very easily. Again, you know, 10 to 15 minutes and you'll be on your way. But there we go. So now we can just do that every time we go to the track. And yes, it's not a full weight car at this point. You know, I said that I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to go full weight. But big shout out to Stang Mode, just running 10s NA. So now this is kind of forcing me to step my game up a little bit. So we do have to get a drag pack for the car. We have to go with something different. I don't know what we're going to do yet. But probably, I don't want to do a 15-inch brake conversion. I don't think that, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe in the future, one day when we're actually fast. But I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, we're still on all this stock stuff. So these guys are heavy. These stock OEM wheels are a lot heavier. The replica wheels are about 10 pounds less in the rear. But if we can, you know, get a drag pack that weighs significantly less with a smaller tire and all of that, it will drastically, you know, cut down the rotational mass, and then, you know, all the weight on the front end, and then same in the rear. We'll have a big old fat tire in the back, bigger sidewall, and something maybe a little bit stickier. So maybe like an ET Street R. But another thought is also running a Mickey Thompson SS, and I could drive it on the street as well, you know, lightly in the rain. But, you know, same with this. This is a radial, remember, NT05R. So driving that in the rain is a little bit scary. But again, that's the video. The car looks awesome. I love it. Soon to come is, I don't want to spoil it. You're just going to have to stay tuned to the channel. Yeah, turn your notification bell on, subscribe. There's something big happening next week that's going to take me probably 20 hours to do. But until next time, I will see all of you guys in the next one.